Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our webinar today. We have a really exciting topic, especially with busy season and fall coming up. So today we're going to run through how to prepare for back to school and your fall online stores. So my name is Audrey Lyle. I am a Principal Client Success Manager over here at Order My Gear. I've been here about 4.5 years, so that's a lot of back to school and fall seasons. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of run through features, data, analytics, and all that stuff with you guys today. Okay, so just a quick agenda. We're going to be running through a little bit about what Order My Gear is, types of activity and use cases for our stores, some back to school features for your customers, top trending products for this fall, some marketing techniques, and kind of what's next. So just want to clarify really quick, if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask them at any time in the comment box. So just type any questions you have in the comment box and we will follow up with you tomorrow morning on anything you may need. So please don't hesitate to ask anything. We're more than happy to help. All right, so let's get into it. So first we're going to talk about Order My Gear and kind of who we are and what we do as a company, just super quick, high level. So Order My Gear is an online store platform for distributors, dealers, and decorators. And what it is an easy way to create some custom branded and retail-like stores for your customers. There's a lot of use cases for it, as you can see on the right. It doesn't really just apply to schools and sports, what we're talking about today, but so many different use cases that you can use our stores for. We do have about 3 different kinds of stores that you can use on Order My Gear, or 3 different solutions, if you will. So the first one is going to be our company stores. So they are going to be online stores that are more for complex and longer term programs. They're going to be super customizable, really robust, and they just kind of offer a really nice experience for your customers. Typically, we most commonly see these stores used for company swag, retail, employee recognition stores, all of that good stuff. Full transparency, we don't see a ton of schools and sports teams on these types of stores just because those kind of stores fall into more of our second bucket you see there, which is going to be pop-up stores. Pop-up stores are going to be kind of for those quick, easy for anyone to launch. Typically, they're up anywhere from about 2 weeks to a month. You can build them really quickly, which is super nice, and not a lot of technical resources are required. As you can see that we have there, the most common use cases for these are going to be team uniforms, equipment, any type of fan wear, spirit wear, fundraisers, all of that good stuff. And then the last solution there is going to be really similar to pop-up stores and what we call redemption stores. What's really nice about these is it easily allows you to the ability to offer rewards and gifting programs to your customers. So again, super quick and easy to set up and launch. It offers a payment-free checkout because what the customers will do is enter a code once they get onto the store, and then that code will determine how many items they're allowed to check out with. So we typically see these for employee recognition stores, swag stores, a lot of holiday and corporate gift stores are a really great solution for them as well. All right, so types of activities and use cases for back to school stores. So on these slides, there's going to be a lot of information. So I won't read it all out loud to you, and you'll be able to kind of read it on your own. And we're going to have the next few slides where it's kind of information heavy, and we'll just kind of move through them. But one nice thing about when you build a store on Order My Gear is you're able to select the type of store that it is. And what's really great about that is that helps us collect a bunch of data on these stores, right? So we have a ton of store types here, specifically in the schools, K through 12 and colleges. So one of our top store types, of course, is going to be team uniforms and equipment. You know, an example of that would be varsity football, jerseys, all of that good stuff. Some other things you'll see on here, one of my favorites is spirit wear. That's going to be anything that the fans are wearing in the crowd. And then fundraising. You can actually set up fundraisers on our online stores to where whenever they're purchasing a product, they're also able to give money back towards that school or whatever they're fundraising for, things like breast cancer awareness, all of that good stuff as well. Next, we have sports K through 12. So everything sports K through 12, collegiate, and travel and club sports, those are going to be the most common store types. Are going to be, again, team uniforms, employee uniforms, supplies, and specific for events as well. So maybe you do a store for senior night, or maybe you do a store for homecoming, things like that. And lastly, nonprofit. This is actually a huge industry we see as well. It's a really great opportunity, especially to give back to the community. Those most common store types are going to be everything from employee recognition, incentives, something to kind of say thank you for working so hard. Lots of gifts are used with these stores, especially if you want to do gifts from donors. Again, kind of falling back into that fundraising category. And then holiday, we see a huge uptick in holiday as well. And the reason why we've included holiday in the fall is because some people start running their holiday stores at the end of October. So that way all of the gifts will be shipped out and everyone will be able to have them by Christmas. So people might be thinking, why is holiday on here? You know, that's not till November, December. You actually want to start those stores sooner than you think, just due to inventory levels, shipping, all of that, to make sure all of your goods are getting to the customers when they're supposed to. You may have also seen on these slides that there are links to sample stores at the bottom. If you're ever interested in seeing a sample store, you can always reach out to our support team or to our client success team. We have a ton of sample stores that we have created that we're happy to share with you, so you can kind of take a look at them, or if you need to share them with your client to kind of sell online stores to them, we're more than happy to share any of those assets with you. Awesome. So next we're going to go into some features for back to school and fall stores. We have a ton of features that will help you build your stores. First, starting with store templates. So this feature is awesome. I know sometimes I hear from my clients, oh yeah, like wish there was a way to build a store a little quicker, or wish there was a way to get all my products on one store, blah, 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 all that good stuff that we're all familiar with. So one thing you can do is you can build store templates in your account. And what this is a way for you to build a store that will technically not be customer facing. You can put all of your products on this one template store, and then you can copy that template over and over and over again and pick and choose what products you want to go on that store. So it makes for a really nice feature. If you know that all of your sports teams generally offer the same items, I would build a 2024 sport team template store, and you can just use that and use it for all of your sports teams, which is really great. As you can see, some examples there are going to be football, volleyball, all of that good stuff. Another feature that we offer as well is supplier templates. So we actually have pre-built store templates stocked with our supplier recommended high inventory products. And what that means is these suppliers, and some examples of those suppliers are going to be Under Armour, SNS, Augusta. We have about 20 plus suppliers, but we work with them, and then they put all of the high inventory supplier recommended products on that template store for you, so that way it's kind of mindless. You can just choose what products from that supplier you want to be on your store. And that way you know, hey, I don't really have to worry about this item running out of inventory because I know they always keep high inventory in this product. So another really nice feature you get with using Order My Gear. Next, so we have fully branded online stores and landing pages. So we always recommend that you brand your stores. One, this builds trust with your customer. If they get onto the store and see that their school logo is on there, it's in their school colors, the products have all logos on them, that's going to make a more trusting shopping experience. And statistically, they tend to buy more products when you are fully branded with your online stores. So it's super, super easy to brand your stores on Order My Gear. Literally takes 5 seconds to put a banner on there, add the logo. We try to make it as easy and seamless as possible. So that way you can brand those stores and make them look similar to maybe what their high school website looks like and things like that. Landing pages are also an awesome tool if you are doing, let's say, multiple sports for one school. So as you can see on the right-hand side of the slide, there's a example of a landing page that we have. This is one we just made for fun. But let's say you do all of the sports for Westfield High School. Instead of sending out multiple links to the students, you know, here's the link to the football store, here's the link to the track store, here's the link to the basketball store. You could just send out one link to this landing page. They can click on the button that goes with their sport, and then they can shop from there. Super nice, super easy, and you can build all of this within Order My Gear. You're not having to use it through a second party. You can just add those stores as they're already built in the system, add them all to one landing page, create that custom URL, and then you're good to go to send it out to all the students. Next, bulk actions and bulk artwork. So these are kind of some newer features that we have launched to really make the customization process a lot easier for you guys. The first one being bulk actions. So this is going to make it easy to make a bunch of changes to multiple products at once. One of my favorite features that's on the bulk actions is going to be the price adjustment feature. This is going to be where, let's say you ran a football spirit wear store in 2023, and that school wants to launch the same store again this year. However, on all of the products, they're like, hey, can we raise everything $2? You know, cost of goods have gone up, all of that good stuff. Well, instead of having to go into each product one by one, you can select all the products at once, click update product or update pricing in bulk by $2, and then it'll automatically add that onto all of your base pricing, and it saves you so much time. There's also a bunch of options too, like deleting products, bundling products together, adding products to a certain category, all that good stuff can be done in bulk actions. And then in bulk artwork, this is going to be a way for you to add your artwork, logos, whatever you may have, to multiple products at once, or you can replace artwork across products in just a few clicks. So let's say, again, you had a store that you ran in 2023, they want to do it again this year, but they want to swap out the logo for something that they newly designed for this year. You are now able to do that so much easier by doing it all at once instead of, again, having to go into each individual product to update that logo. Next, built-in fundraising. So I kind of spoke a little bit to this feature earlier, but this feature is awesome. So you are able to add fundraising to individual products to help your customers raise money through the store and support any cause that they want. Another cool feature that we have, and you can kind of see it on the right-hand side there, is a fundraising tracker. So you will be able to toggle that on if you want it to show on the store. And then that way the students, teachers, faculty, parents, whoever will be able to see how much money they've raised on the store. You can even set a goal. So let's say they want to raise $500. You can set a goal of $500, and then as purchases are made, that tracker will slowly move up. So a really great, awesome tool. It also gets people really excited if they see they're getting closer to the goal. They might purchase a few more items, all that good stuff. And then we also have a really great fundraising report that you can pull on the back end that's going to break everything out as far as how much was spent on fundraising and then maybe how much you need to cut the check for to give back to the school or the organization. All right, and then our last two features that we have here are going to be product bundles and Klarna. Product bundles is awesome for schools. This is especially for, I would say, sports teams in schools. So what this does is it allows you to bundle together multiple products into one order. So let's say, as you can see here is a great example, they have a helmet, some socks, a practice jersey and practice pants. If I'm a student athlete, instead of me going onto the store and clicking all of those individual products, making sure I add all the products to the cart, like, oh no, like, did I get everything I was supposed to? I'm not really sure, let me check. You can just put it all in a bundle for them. They can click purchase bundle, and then they can go through, select their sizes, add all of those products to the cart for them. You can also make these bundles required, so that way they know that they have to check out with this product bundle before they can check out, which is another nice feature we offer as well. And lastly, Klarna. This is a new feature that we launched and I love it. I'm a user of Klarna myself, so I can speak to it personally. It's so easy and so seamless. So what this is it is a quick and easy payment option that gives shoppers the flexibility to pay over time. So what's really great is, especially if, back to school is a busy time and there's a lot of money going out. So a lot of like school dues, paying for lunches, school supplies, all of that good stuff that we're familiar with. This is a really nice way where, let's say maybe they don't want to pay for their whole order up front. They do have the option to split their payment into 4 payments over time. So, if their cart total is $100, it's going to split it into $25 payments for them. And what's really great about this is it is of no trouble for you guys. You all are still going to get your money up front. You will still receive your deposits the same way. You will not be responsible for tracking down the customers, collecting the money from them. That is all what Klarna's job is. So there's of no difference to you. And one of my favorite statistics is, we probably launched this about 2 to 3 months ago, but orders that use Klarna see a 40% increase in their average order volume. So people are buying more when they shop with Klarna, which is great. Again, we have a ton of information on all of these features. And again, our support team can provide those to you guys as well as your client success manager. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about any of these features. Next, we are going to go through one of my favorite pieces is going to be more database. So we're going to go through some top trending products by sports. Okay, so the first one of these is going to be, these are our top 5 products that are going to be sold in pop-up stores from July 2023 till now, so about a full year. So the top 5 product classes are going to be a performance t-shirt. We all know them, whether it's a Nike Dri-FIT, whether it's like an Under Armour shirt, an Adidas shirt. We're all familiar with these performance type t-shirts. Specifically, they're so commonly used with practice jerseys, right? So these are by far #1 product that we see sold on the platform. Again, we're going into fall time, so we're going to see a ton of hoodies as well, specifically for fan wear. Third is going to be our uniforms and jerseys, followed by t-shirts and then polos. I always recommend, if you see these top 5 products, like, go ahead and include them on your stores, right? Even maybe if your customer doesn't necessarily ask for them, like maybe your customer isn't asking for a polo, go ahead and throw one on there because maybe the parents will want to purchase one or the grandparents. If no one purchases it, that's fine. Not going to cost you anything extra, but I do think it's always nice to offer a few more options on your stores. Next, you will also see we have listed the top 5 specific products. So these are going to be the products with, like, you know, obviously the brands behind them. So the Sports Tech Competitor Tee, the Gildy Heavy Blend Hooded Sweatshirt is always a staple. We have our Athletic Knit Custom Jerseys, the Gildan Soft Styles, and then the Sport Tech Polo. So all of these are also going to be loaded in to our platform through our verified supplier products. So you just have to type in the item number and then it will automatically populate on your store. You just click on it and then you're able to select the colors, sizes, and pricing that you want to offer to your customers. Cool. So next here, we have the top 5 growing products in pop-up stores. So this is what we are seeing having the largest uptick across all of our stores, or not all of our stores, but all of our stores from Team Dealers. So first and foremost, crew necks are in. That is the trend right now. They are within our top 300 selling products, and crew neck sweatshirts are going to be up 61% from 2022. While the hooded sweatshirts are going to be up only 18%. So it's just an interesting statistic that we are seeing. You know, you always kind of want to play a little bit into trends because that's always going to boost your sales, right? We know trends are super popular. They change every season. So you definitely want to make sure you're kind of offering a few more of the trendier items on your stores. And then also within the top 300 selling products, hat sales are going to be up almost 71% from 2022. So I would say, based on this information, make sure that you are adding crew neck sweatshirts and hats onto all of your school stores, spirit wear stores, team stores. Even if you're not doing schools, add them on to your holiday stores, to your employee recognition stores, your uniforms for employees, all of that good stuff as well. Again, doesn't hurt to add them on there. Maybe you'll see an uptick in sales with them. Okay, next, we are going to go through marketing techniques for back to school. So we have a ton of marketing options through Order My Gear, just another thing that you get with using our solution. First one being flyers. We do offer flyers with Order My Gear, which is really great. There's a couple of different flyers that we offer. So we always say start simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it messy or clunky for your customers to read. Flyers are an easy, low-tech, simple way to promote your store. And most of them are already made for you. The first one being, you can actually download flyers. It's going to be the one that you see on the left-hand side there. That's a flyer that's just automatically created and able to be downloaded in your stores already. My favorite thing about this flyer is, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, there's a QR code that you can use. So you can print that off. You can send them out to your schools, your students, your teachers. They can scan that QR code and it's going to take them directly to the online store. Another option that we offer as well is our service team will create flyers for you. They'll customize it with school colors, logos, all of that good stuff. We have an awesome creative services team, and they would be more than happy to help you create any flyers that you would need for any of your stores. Next, email marketing. So as the quote says at the top there, and this is so true, email is one of the most efficient ways to promote your online store. Mostly because all of our stores come with a custom URL code. So that's what you need to send out anyways to get your store out to your customers. So first thing I would do is maybe ask your client for a list of email addresses if they have it. They may not, which is totally fine, or maybe they can pull it from a store that they ran in 2023. And what's really nice about this is you can preload those email addresses into OMG, so that way you can leverage tools and start sending marketing messages through the OMG app to the students, teachers, faculty, whoever. Another thing that you can do through the OMG app is you can send scheduled emails. So you can send emails maybe when the store opens. Hey, store is live. Please go online. Purchase here, ready to go. The close date is this date, so on and so forth. You can also send out an email when the store is closing soon and when the store has closed. These are really great tools to drive sales, especially the store closing soon email. That way it's, reminding parents, students, hey, your store's closing tomorrow. Make sure you get in there today to purchase your stuff. And then lastly, you can use our email customers tool in the app to send messages to your customers who's already made purchases. Hopefully this doesn't happen, but one thing I've seen this tool used for is, let's say when you were building the store, all of the forest green t-shirts were in stock, but then let's say the store closed and all of the forest green t-shirts are now out of stock with your supplier. You can actually go in and find the customers that just ordered that forest green t-shirt, click, 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 and then you can just send an email to those customers that, hey, I'm so sorry, this brand is out of stock. However, we're going to swap it out with a Gildan for you, things like that. So it just makes it a lot easier to not have to dig through reporting, all of that, see who ordered what, who do I need to contact. You can just do all of your emailing through the OMG app. Next, promote with social media. This is huge, and we have statistically seen a huge uptick in sales when people promote stores on social media. Even if you don't want to promote stores on your personal social media, like your company's social media, that way you don't show favoritism for one client or another. We totally get it, but we would recommend maybe creating some social media posts for your customer. For example, maybe when you send out that store open email, you can also put in there, also, I've attached some great assets for you to post on your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or X, I guess as it's called now. So that way we can hopefully boost sales with this store and, get people excited about it. So a couple of tips for promoting online. You always want to keep it short and sweet. People aren't spending a lot of time looking at posts and things like that. So you want to avoid long captions and you want to just get your message across by keeping it brief. You also want to utilize hashtags, especially on Instagram. You can use these, everything from the high school hashtag, class of 2024 is going to be a really popular hashtag, seniors is going to be a really popular hashtag. So these are things you want to always include in your captions as well, just whatever makes the most sense for the theme of your store. Also make sure you're joining and following groups, especially Facebook groups. Those are going to be super important to blast out the link to the stores, especially if it's going to be a Facebook group for that school. You definitely want to make sure you're joining those. And then lastly, you want to make sure you're tagging appropriately. You don't want to just tag anyone and everyone. You want to make sure you're tagging the relevant businesses, groups, or schools to increase sales. And that's mostly to do, you also don't want people who aren't a part of that school or not a student at that school to purchase random things either. You want to make sure it's specific to those students and to those teachers and to that faculty. All right, lastly, so what's next? So if you, like I kind of said throughout this webinar, we are here to help. We have a ton of team members who are excited and ready to help you launch these online stores. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions, comments, concerns, anything you might have about getting your online stores launched. We are here to help. We have a creative services team that will help you build stores. We have a support team that will help answer those quick questions you may need. And we have a client success team that is going to help with the more strategic questions. Can your platform do X, Y, and Z, and all of that good stuff. And then if you're not using Order My Gear yet, we have a great sales team that can get you set up today with an online store platform to help you start selling to schools in your area, students in your area, or just businesses in your area. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I hope this webinar was beneficial for you all today. Thank you so much for joining, and we will be talking to you soon. Thanks, everyone.